Fans here in attendance, the Mexico Auditorium in Busan, South Korea, setting ourselves up for game number one of the semifinal matchup. A Ghost already committed there from Peanut. He will land an undertow already, looking for a second one to land, forcing Roach's flash out already, and there's more undertows chained in. He's going to be locked down by an immediate deadly flourish. But first, here comes the dive bottom, and this is something Kongdu actually used to do so much earlier on in the tournament. Soul getting locked up underneath the turret, survives until he gets crit down. Cougar trying to run away, but he will not survive, and it's Peanut to pick up both kills for every kill of the game here for the ROX Tigers.
Oh, Roach.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, he's going down, and this is not... Oh, okay. He managed to trade at least one kill.
All right. Punch will tunnel his way back away. A lot of damage turned backwards. There's a nice amount of stun, and Cry forced the factory, this time defensively again. A big equalizer trying to turn things back around. A true shot barrage that will just barely miss. Cougar again with a miss of his own. Peanut about to get locked down there. He's trying to Ragnarok away, but poke damage coming out. It's a big burst from Edge that will take Cry down, but a double from Smeb to turn it back in ROX's favor. You're looking for more. The slow's landing on a Cougar, but Edge has a ton of damage to put right back on him. So Peanut's gonna have to be very careful. Smeb down here below, and no turret to defend Kongdu's duo is now AR backs up against the literal wall. Exhaust there. Edge getting pushed into a wall, pushing Smeb right back again. Cougar's life will be forfeit as Peanut picks up his fourth kill of the game.
Yeah, and those were really big wins.
The ROX Tigers mid laner that could do to Faker what Kuro never could. And this time around, it's Edge coming back. I mean, Edge, if I'm not mistaken, used to be like a substitute. Now he's really coming up big for his team. There's the equalizer, turned backwards. Azanias will keep Smeb alive for a little bit longer. Roach there to fall, but look at the damage coming through. Who's going to turn it back around? Is Punch actually knocking him up for a big turnaround? He's going to try to find the last second kill in onto Peanut, but he will not be able to save that in the end. It certainly looks like Kongdu will be able to close it out. They do get the smite, but can they survive? There's the curtain call already slowing them down. A huge equalizer right around the corner. Roach, or Punch rather, going one way. Cougar trying the other way. A Glacial Fissure really kind of sealed that tri-bush off, but Cougar gets crit down over the wall, or taken down rather, as Edge still looking for a turnaround. Now he will get the damage and a stun there on a Prey. The ult to find a kill, and Edge will trade his to really slow him out there, but a ton of damage, more than Soul really needs. There's a knock of his Punch to secure the kill. Now Soul just has to get to the wall. It will actually flash over it, so he's safe and sound for now, but does need to actually help out his jungler. Punch in a little bit of a rough spot. Lots of damage coming out here from Peanut, but Roach here to turn it back around. It's a 3v2, soon to be a 3v4 as Cougar will join the fight. Now Peanut might not be making it out of here alive. Words, how do you do them? Well, Peanut doesn't know. He's out of here, and it's a big turnaround as Kongdu find not 2, but 3.
So, any mistakes that the Tigers make? Well, hold that thought as the curtain call comes out.
Oh, and a big equalizer, catch and punch Roach. Here comes Peanut right on top of Roach over the wall, staying alive just barely, but in the end it will pop the Guardian Angel on Punch. Now the turnaround here coming out as Kongdu look for a kill. They find Peanut. Now more damage on to Gorilla. He's being slowed out there by the Blade Ruin King. In the end, Gorilla stays alive, but Prey not so lucky. Kongdu find pick after pick. They're looking for one more. It's a tunnel forward from Punch. He's trying to catch in on a Gorilla, who gets forced right into a shock blast.
And they might actually be his ultimate. The lane is shoving into the Tigers.
Yeah, both AD carries with ultimates of their own, a perfect repel, but nowhere to go except right back down. A nice Glacial Fissure to keep ROX in the tri-brush, and here's the curtain call to maybe usher them back out. We've got shots being fired on to Peanut, but not enough damage being taken, and with Edge missing those chains of corruption, this might be the turnaround that Peanut and the rest of the Tigers are looking for. Prey, though, has got a team coming back his way, and Kongdu are forced to flash defensively to just desperately try to survive. It's Peanut getting one. Peanut gets a second. He might be looking for more, but he's out of mana, and the ROX Tigers disengage after finding 2 kills for their jungler.
Yeah, and these are the type of fights that the Tigers need to find ways to take. And Kongdu overextending a little too much there when Cry had a riot.
Very close to being taken out, but Gorilla and Prey will be in a great spot to try to prevent that from happening. Cougar's going to face check right into them immediately. There's the channel teleport to start things off. Here comes Peanut down with a miss on the arrow, though. It's only going to be 1 kill, and this one goes to Smeb.
This one goes to Smeb indeed. Roach trying to get that tower, and it's going to be a little bit of a race.
Oh, who's going to get the first turret takedown? It's the Tigers.
And that's a very big pickup because Roach getting First Blood Tower Gold on that Trundle would have been disastrous. And it looks like they're going to actually bring this even further up. Punch is here, though.
Big AoE shield there. The Defiance to try to stop it. The flash, it's a headbutt into the wall. Immediately, Peanut there to capitalize. Not going to be the defense that Kongdu Monsters were looking for. They do lose their jungler. It's going to be a body slam, not a headbutt. No Alistar in this game. But either way, the defense is good for now.
Yep. And Cole is back here, as well as Edge. So they do have a lot of wave clear. The Tigers really want this turret, though.
And they find it. Cougar very low, but he will get just barely healed up enough to survive. No spear hitting to land, and
with the mid lane turret still being up, but
Edge, nice unbreakable to try to keep him alive, but channeling right in the middle of everything. He will go down. It's Peanut to find the jump in for the kill. He will turn it right back around and find a counter kill on the opposing AD carry. I didn't actually.
The ROX, the rest of their team just don't actually have any ammunition.
Okay, well, Punch is being beset there by Smeb with Peanut to come up and an Ash arrow that will land on to Punch. Unbreakable to try to protect him once again, but Cougar just can't make it. It's going to be the strong getting stronger as Peanut finds one kill. Can he grab a second one? And he will. A 9-0 Nidalee in the jungle.
Pretty problematic.
Here we
have that unbreakable.
And here they go. Smeb going to get in on to Saul. Will knock him up there at the end. Cry with a big flash forward. And Hemoplague's going to take Saul out. A nice face of the mountain shield to keep the Kongdu AD carry alive. But is it going to be enough to turn this one back around? Now, another big monster Defiance shield to keep all of ROX healthy. Enough pressure in on to Kongdu to take the first inhibitor of the game. 25 minutes.
And that is going to be an 11,000 gold lead for the Tigers here.
Now, Cry doesn't have his flash, but he does have his ghost, and they're just being zoned off their own tower.
Peanut with the taunt on that Nidalee.
Here goes Smeb with a big two-man knockup in the back line, and the ROX Tigers pile on through, ready to pounce on every surviving member, but Roach is up in the front lines, dishing out a lot of damage, backed up in the back by Edge, who's content to poke things out. The inhibitor will still fall. Kong do find any kills to turn this back around in their favor. Looks like the Andy does have that unbreakable up before he does go down, so Glacial Vision defensively just trying to keep this last remaining inhibitor turret alive. It's not going to be alive any longer. The final inhibitor of the game being seized here by the Tigers. They will start the damage with no engage to happen. They take it down and turn this game into a 7v5.
And it looks like they'll actually look for the end game push right here. Baron up though in 30 seconds, so this isn't completely necessary.
Trying to get caught out just a little bit, but Punch is just so weak in the backline. Smeb gets exhausted after going in, so he will be pushed backwards. But Cry diving the backline once again there. It's Soul to take the entire brunt of the damage. He's going to die from that Hemoplague, and it's going to be a double for Cry. He's in the backline finding just everything he could possibly want, while Roach and the rest of Kongdu will survive. It's not going to last much longer. The ROX Tigers crush through this base with an immortal super minion enabled by Smeb's teleport. He will knock everyone back to the fountain they're standing in front of. The Nexus turrets will fall. The ROX Tigers will find revenge for game number 1 to even up the series at 1-1 with a 16-3 victory over the Kongdu Monsters. Soul very low in the wave pushing in. Smeb might be teleporting down for another gank like we just saw in game number 1. Worked out then. Will we see it work out this time around? Now Punch is right here for the counter gank. He hasn't shown himself. Peanut waiting to commit. And he will actually get locked down. They're turning on to Peanut. He's only a level 3 Olaf, and he goes down to give first blood away to Cougar Zyra.
Yeah, and you know, you could also see that Roach had recalled in anticipation for that dive attempt from the Tigers had they actually committed even harder to it. And that was just really bizarre because Gorilla and Prey should have been able to convey that they weren't going to be able to get the minion wave into turret. So, too forceful. Oh,
okay, well, also too forceful. They're trying to push the waves behind that. Cry just going in. Looking to force the cleanse?
Yeah, I think Cry thought he could maybe trade a little bit harder, and Roach just might die.
He walked forward somewhat uncharacteristically, and he actually is just going to go down to one more auto attack, and Smeb can go for it. He instead goes...
Are certainly fighting back. the advantage for the Tigers is not as big as it once was, and Edge moving down to the bottom here.
Here comes the curtain call. Rise teleporting behind the turret, and there's Punch. Maybe look to tank it. Now minions will at least start this off. Edge dropping aggro there. The damage coming in from Roach off the TP. Cray looking to go down there. He's actually going to flash aggressively into Soul. Edge there with a kill. Punch wide drop here. Looks like with Peanut coming right up on him, the red buff will continue to burn him down and take the kill. Edge will be the next casualty, and it looks like Saul might go down here as well. A perfect turnaround there as ROX Tigers come up and might be looking for more. The dive under the turret. Smeb's pretty high health here, and Guger with not a lot of places to go tries to kite it out, but in the end it's a kill there by Peanut to pick up a 12-minute ace for the ROX Tigers.
Off tier 2 turret.
Punch versus Peanut probably won't have anything to come of it as Peanut disengages. Committing the curtain call though, might be looking to catch out Gorilla. He drops lower and lower, and it's a big crit from Soul to take him down.
Yep, and they had the teleport on Roach. Smeb having used that teleport previously to try to get a kill onto Roach, but was unsuccessful.
Bottom lane though, Tigers looking for a counter of their own with Peanut and Cry poised in the bush. Punch will rock right straight into it. He's grounded for now and won't last much longer. Edge getting hit there by a lot of CC coming his way with a very strong Peanut and Cry underneath the turret. Can't put out enough damage to get the counter kill onto Cry, and Tigers find 2 big picks of their own. 1v1 matchup, and a nice pick found once again by Kongdu that might set up this dragon. Maybe Cry having something to say about it. A big Stranglethorns will at least get the knockup in on the Gorilla. Looks like with a flash away, he's trying to survive. A big crit, and there's the dancing grenade to secure the kill for Saul. ROX Tigers trying to turn that one back away, but maybe just looking to save themselves. Peanut very low there. Edge trying to kite out, and he will actually flash for flash. It's Cry though with the outplay. He's the one to find that kill on the Kongdu mid. Now Peanut, Cry very, very low along with the turret they're hiding underneath. Can Kongdu find the picks they need to close this fight out in their favor? Grasping Roots will not land. There is the captive, or the Deadly Flourish that won't find any more. So ROX disengage.
So they're gonna have to concede this. If they try to fight this and it goes wrong, that could spell the end of the game for Kongdu Monsters.
Curtain call in there, trying to ground out the back line, and maybe even just Punch's presence too much. He will tunnel in, and now is there enough damage? No smite steal for a Punch, and Peanut to secure the Baron takedown. Edge there in the front lines will be taken out there, and one kill after another. The ROX Tigers find their first big advantage.
Yeah, and the Tigers with that Baron buff are probably going to get a lot off it.
For this Baron buff to allow the ROX Tigers another push hit.
And Peanut taunting a little bit, waiting
Damping
for the
it up.
to arrive.
Smeb going in though through the turret, forcing the rest of Kongdu to disengage there, but Edge can't run far or fast enough. And another great heroic charge, one after another, one by one. The Tigers find more and more kills coming their way. They will break the base. Cry there trying to get a 1v1 here onto Guger. He'll get knocked up there by the Stranglethorns that also empower those Zyra plants. This is a little bit of a closer fight than I initially thought it would be, but Cry doesn't have too many problems there. Guger trying to just desperately get back onto the fountain, but a big bully Cry will make him at the end of it all. That's going to be the ace for the ROX Tigers, who
try to turn a fight. They have to sort of find a way to resist this.
Going forward, finding a knock up there on the Edge. The turnaround, though, could be Kongdu's opportunity. Curtain calls coming out and trying to stop a few of the members of ROX from disengaging, but it looks like they're going back in. A point blank stun there on Roach. He'll be the first to fall there for Kongdu. The ROX Tigers continuing now to pile in, and this looks all too similar to the last fight. They find one kill after another. Punch trying to get back onto the fountain. He will just barely make it. The turnaround now, Kongdu trying to push the ROX Tigers back off of their fountain. Now it's going to go back the other way. The Tigers find a big pick there onto Roach. He's going down. The arrow just barely off cooldown, and time to find yet another. It's an ace in the base for the ROX Tigers as they will now close things.
And Mobility Boots actually the first item of choice for Peanut. He certainly needs to make stuff happen.
Oh, here comes Peanut with a big attempt at picking up a kill in the bottom lane. Counter gank is good here for Roach, but the Make It Rain just barely predicts a chance of death in the bottom lane. Oh my god, he's going for it again. Peanut will tank up the last turret shot, make it out alive, and pick up not one, but 3 more kills for the ROX Tigers.
Yep, and he made the mobility boosts a worthwhile investment as the bottom lane just got turned on its head. Meanwhile, up in top, Smeb does hit level 6. Roach not denied. Cry with a solo kill.
And Edge had flash, but he was grounded there at the end. Down to bottom lane is Peanut going aggressive again. He will get locked up and stopped for now. Punch pretty low, and the ROX Tigers going forward. Actually, Peanut over-aggressive, and he will go down. A last-second auto attack from Prey. Finds the counter kill there. It's a 2-for-1 so far. But here comes his curtain call. How many bullets will he hit? A big crit to come out. It does hit Prey. He's burning down, and it will actually be the Deathfire touch to find one. Googer there to auto attack for a second. A big turnaround gets KDM stripped to the bottom lane. This is what got them their first advantage. We might see them find it once again. Googer walking a little bit too far forward will go down. And it's going to be a nice hit there from the last part of the curtain call to find one kill, and maybe more to come in here. Gorilla trying to run back away. Teleport's actually canceled, as they pretty much leave Gorilla up for dead to the lower side of the minion wave to at least make it more difficult for Peanut to get in. But I mean, he's going to push the go button here soon enough. Prey does have that enchanted crystal arrow as well. And here comes Peanut. The arrow will hit in onto Googer, and exhaust onto Peanut still allows him to get the kick. Find himself another kill, but what a crit from Soul that turned it right back around. Wait, this is kind of Najin versus Najin, sort of the remnants of that forming the ROX Tigers earlier on, and Kongdu Monster being the organization that took over for that org. But let's hold the history lesson as we get into a big bottom lane dive. Prey flashing one of the last curtain call hits, but might not be able to make it out alive. He does just barely. Roach in the back line, and the rest of Kongdu zoned out by the turret. Can they continue to commit? Roach actually flashing right into Peanut. He might not be able to make it out alive. He's trying to get the stun, and he actually does. There's the protection, but an Ash Arrow comes right back forward. It's going to be kills on both sides as Roach trades his life for Peanut. In the end, it's going to be a 2-for-1 once again in Kongdu's favor.
Yep, and that's a pretty big 2-for-1 indeed, as now Kongdu is actually knocking on bottom turret's door, and they might be able to get it here. Smeb and Gorilla have to be really careful. And Kongdu Monsters elects not to actually
incredibly quickly. Now Googer rejoining the rest of his team is now Kongdu on the chase, actually looking for a pick. Forcing the flash out of Smeb there, but have they overextended? The shot glass coming forward, and Punch taking most of the damage, trying to find his way to a tunnel, but he can't get in fast enough. And it's going to be the Kongdu jungler dropping his Cry, flashing over the wall, will get immediately stunned in response, but there's actually a Make It Rain too fast for Edge to complete his turnaround. And that's going to be 3 kills traded back to the Tigers. A little bit too far forward. Soul finds it. And a good defense on the bottom second tier turret as it gets dropped lower and lower. Roach the one to take the arrow, Edge out alive. Turret, though, will most likely fall here. Look at the follow-up. Peanut to secure the kill. Edge going forward the way he doesn't want to go and gets taken down in the end.
Yep, and they might actually be looking for the inhibitor turret. Roach, I don't think he's going to be able to defend this, not from this amount of damage. And even this is what I was worried about.
Slowed up there towards the end, but maybe a turnaround coming in. I mean, Soul is ridiculously strong. So if they can find a setup for him to get in onto this retreating ROX lineup, I mean, there's the flash forward from Googer, turns it into an exhaust onto Prey. We'll trade 1-for-1 at least in that matchup. Peanut sure. Smeb does go on the push, but committing to this dragon, Peanut capable of ending their careers. Trying to lock up Cry, they will take him dangerously low. They're down to a couple thousand HP. Peanut in the pit. There's Edge over the wall. Who gets the Baron? It is Kongdu Monster. They're going to find a few kills along with it. They do pop that Peanut GA. They're looking for more kills. They've already taken down Cry. Gorilla dead from previously. There's the respawn coming in onto Peanut. He'll drop instantly. Prey looking to get forward. Almost finds that kill onto Soul, but in the meantime, they've actually been able to push Smeb out of their base. Look at Prey kiting like a monster. The tunnel back away. And okay, that's going to be the auto attack that does it. A Prey Seeker to take him down. And in the end, Kongdu come away with the Baron. Several
He's picking up his Executioner's Calling, so he's going to head into either Mortal Reminder or Lord Dominance.
Now Smite actually does go the way of the ROX Tigers, but one after another they get picked off. It's just a red buff, guys, but they trade 2 lives for it. And
they have a superior team composition as we move into the late game now.
Oh, Cry. He's been the big power man in the mid lane for the Tigers, but now he could be looking to go down. Zhonya's will keep him alive for a little bit longer. Saul actually flashing into that Baron pit. Edge now in there as well. Smeb lots of damage out there as well to the outside, but all of Kongdu are getting hit on by Baron, and it's not what they're going to be looking for. Is now Roach running back away, and the Tigers might just have found a way back in after getting their dual lane picked off. They are the ones looking to chase this through for kills of their own. Roast just barely trying to survive. The slows come out and he will fall. It's 3 members.
It looks like Guger and Punch are going to try to interrupt and steal this Baron. Oh no.
Shockwave coming forward there. Lots of damage there in both the support and jungler. Exhaust goes on to Smeb, but Punch has no extra lives. He goes down, zoned out, and taken out by Smeb in the 1v2. And that will mean Baron Nashor will go the way of the ROX Tigers.
Yep, and so Baron handed over to the Tigers. Pry has spawned, not going to lose any Nexus turret.
Doing his best job to clear out any side lane wards. Roach going forward, the Ash Arrow stunning out Edge, who will block this curtain call to kill off this wave. Now Roach goes too far forward, and he's going to be the first one to fall, the tankiest member out of there before the fight really even starts. Cry taking a lot of damage, but like you said, living way too long, and his kills coming back the way of the ROX Tigers. They will lose their top laner, but they're taking out more. 3 dead now as Peanut finds the engage. He will take down Soul, and with it, possibly the chances of the Kongdu Monsters. They have their jungler alive, but not much standing in the Tigers' way. They will push through for an inhibitor kill and possibly even the win. Victory set in their sights as the Kespa Cup waits for them. If they can take down this Nexus turret and the Nexus to follow, it looks like victory will be there.